Okay.
So, okay, Mark. Question number 1.
Yes.
Would you consider Japan a healthy nation?
Relatively, yes. I mean, if I compare it to the UK, Europe, and America, they're much healthier.
Just like off the bat, yeah, I would say Japan's healthier. You don't see obesity as being an issue. People are living longer here. So it would seem like on the outside, yeah, Japan is a healthy place.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers. The average Japanese man weighs 60 kilos, woman like 48, 50 kilos. In the UK, average woman shorter than me but weighs 72, 73 kilos.
Yeah, no, I always wondered about that because like Japanese people, they drink a lot, they smoke a lot, but somehow they keep producing people that live until their hundreds.
I think it's a bit more complex. I think the old generation were super healthy. The old generation, but they didn't eat shit. They ate real food. But nowadays, the young generation, nobody cooks. They all eat 24-hour convenience store food, processed bullshit, garbage. So I think the old generation are going to live long, but this new generation, they're not going to live long.
Yeah, and and it's sad to say this, but I think the driving factor of this has to do with work balance, because I feel like in the past, like everyone worked, and then you got home at a decent time, and then you had a wife who stayed at home, so she had time to cook for you. Where now is people are not getting married, and they are much later. So single people working, doing overtime, and coming home 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and they don't have the energy to cook, so everyone goes straight to the convenience store, or they go to the supermarket where they sell like half-priced food.
Like yakisoba sandwich, which is, I'm not even joking, a noodle sandwich. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah, and there aren't many fat people. There aren't many fat people in Japan, but there are a lot of malnourished people.
Yeah,
just like if you look at, okay, first of all, loads of people here have skin problems. Loads of people here are underweight. They have, I'm not trying to hate on them, I'm just saying this is my observation being here for 10 plus years. A lot of guys have no muscle definition.
In Japan, going to the gym is not seen as like a norm here. Like there's some people that do go, but it's more the people that are like, I say, into sports or into bodybuilding, but in America, like the average Joe goes to the gym.
And the people that go to the gym, healthy people in Japan here, it's night and day. They look like completely different people.
Yeah.
Like they look like full of vitality, strong, fit, good skin, good hair, good teeth. Because I teach at a university, and a lot of my students, they're like 18, 19, 20, and their skin is like dry. They got loads of acne.
Yeah,
they have no energy. They're tired, and they don't have. I don't know. They're just like on eco mode power.
Yeah,
they're lacking it.
And like I said, I think a lot of it stems from just the stress from working. Like,
yeah, mate.
Just working alone overtime is just mentally, like, whether it affects your body, it affects your mind. So yeah, what is your typical diet? How do you start your day?
I'm actually super strict about my diet. You might see my videos where I'm getting drunk, but it's only then I drink. But normally I'm doing keto diet, so I just eat meat, eggs, liver, and a little veg. The veg is just like decoration. And
low carb.
Low carb.
Like, not, I mean, low on rice or it's difficult, especially hard in Japan sometimes because everything is served with rice, right?
Yeah, Japan loves carbs everywhere. And when I first came to Japan, people think Japan's healthy. I got fat. I gained 10 kilos.
Yeah.
10 kilos. And it's just because of the carbs. But recently I changed my diet, so I just do keto. And my girl's Japanese, and she's always said, mendokusai, you're eating, it's difficult to cook, but I'm sticking to it because now I realized that Japan doesn't have much, like they don't eat as much junk food. Yeah. But the carbs are everywhere, and it adds up.
You got to be careful here because I feel like with the convenience stores, everything just being a few steps away, it's easy for you to just like, oh, I'm gonna buy something here. Oh, I'm gonna buy something here. It's just so convenient that it's easy to trip up.
It's because people don't eat a lot of protein here, and carbs are just so accessible here, 24 hours, just like restaurants, coffee shop, restaurants behind us, coffee shops, restaurants open 24 hours. Just be careful. It's good just to pay attention to is if you look at the ingredients, just look for a slash. When you see the slash, after the slash, those are the additives, artificial additives. So try to look for stuff that doesn't have a slash in the ingredients. Just be careful, because if you go to the convenience store, you see salads. Even some salads have fucking slash.
That's where Japan is starting to I wouldn't say copy, but become similar to America too. The amount of processed junk food is starting to pick up here. Coming as a person who works a full-time job, how would you say the average person's mental health is in Japan, whether it be a Japanese person or a foreigner?
Japanese person, not so good.
Yeah, no.
I ask Japanese people,
are you happy?
Yeah, my students, my friends, how was your week? How was your month? Are you happy? They don't give me a straight answer. They go,
it's very subjective. I'm like, yes,
they're just.
Now, it's also, I don't know if that's taboo, but yeah, they don't like to talk about it. But I think it's because a lot of them aren't. They know that the truth is they're not happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think they know that it's the work, and they just deal with. It's most of it is work.
Yeah. Work takes up 90% of your life. It's like
it does. Yeah. And they do gaman. They take it, and the only way they deal with the stress. The only way they can work hard is that there are loads of stress release systems in Japan. For example, game culture, karaoke, drinking culture. These are all different ways to manage the stress. Coping mechanisms, that's it. Japan has a lot of coping mechanisms for the Japanese people who struggle, and whether it be collecting cards,
music, idols,
comics. And I respect that. Because if they have to work so hard, then at least give them something fun to look forward to. So I respect that. But also, I would like it to be changed.
If you don't like your job, if your job is the reason that's causing you the stress, most people, like for example in America, you only stay for so long to the point where it's like, I can't stand this, I need to quit.
We know friends who've taken years off work because they were mentally sick. So if you enjoy your work, good on you. Like this doesn't apply to most foreigners, because we have a different system. Most foreigners don't have to work like Japanese people do, because we don't work for Japanese companies. So we're kind of the exception. So however, we don't get as much pay, but I'd rather have that. I'd rather have average pay and more free time than be at the mercy of a company. What do you think of drinking culture?
Drinking culture in Japan. Like we said, like with the health issue, and a lot of people drink just to escape reality. They have a hard day at work. They get off at 9 or 10. Some people they'll just go to a convenience store, load up and bring it to their house and drink. Or they'll drink with coworkers just because they had a long day. But yes, in Japan, drinking is like, I feel like it's a daily thing.
It is, no joke. People, all my Japanese friends drink every day, men and women.
Yeah, men and women, yeah.
From young age, maybe when college kids join a company, suddenly they join drinking parties and they drink a lot. And I like that it's available 24 hours, because some people finish work in the morning doing night shifts. I get that. So I'm not hating on them for drinking, but what I do get surprised by is how much people change when they drink. Because someone is completely timid, they have a few drinks, they're like crying and they're super loud. It's like obnoxiously loud in the pub. it's like a different person, but we know it's the stress release. I drink for fun, not as a coping mechanism. So I think for me, I don't really change, as you can see from my videos. I can't speak English very well, but that's about it. But
Well, also, I always find it hilarious, not say hilarious, but it's always entertaining. But so there's some people, they really can't control what they drink. Because I see the drunk people on trains, people are passed out on the floor, also on the street. Like, you see it in America a little bit here and there, but here it's weird seeing someone in like a suit.
someone will be sleeping here 8 o'clock.
Right.
Not even late. You'll see people passed out 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
I always watch where I step because I feel like there's always vomit everywhere.
And people accept it. They're not mad. They see a drunk salaryman, they probably think, oh, he's just had a long day.
Yeah, they probably worry about. They probably like, oh, he had a rough one.
And it's not like antisocial behavior. Like, if this was the UK, this person will probably be arrested for like antisocial disorderly behavior. In Japan, they accept it. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's good that people acknowledge other people's troubles. I just don't like that they have these troubles in the first place.
Yeah, I think if their life wasn't as stressful as it is, they probably wouldn't be drinking as much.
Yeah.
And if they're not drinking as much, their health, like their physical health, probably wouldn't be as bad either, right?
Yeah. I drink twice or 3 times a month.
Yeah, same here. I don't drink very often either. Yeah,
that's my max. Because for me, drinking is a special occasion. I don't have any alcohol.
I think for
I used to make cocktails.
like my neighbors. I know all my neighbors hardly drink because we always put our trash out in the same area. And like on the can and bin day, like they have bags of it.
Gym culture, exercise culture.
Exercise, yeah. No, I feel it's very, like, I know junior high school and high school students, because they're in clubs, they're pretty, those, like that age range, everyone's pretty healthy. Like,
yeah.
They have to do clubs from Monday through Saturday, and they do like competitions and tournaments, and even in college too, because there's a lot of them are still doing PE and stuff, so they're usually pretty healthy, but when they start working, that's where things start to decline.
I have friends who I've known since they were in high school and went to college, and when they joined the workplace, their health just tanked. They gained weight, they stopped exercising, and I think it's down to work culture being so busy, but also gyms are expensive in Japan. Outrageously expensive.
I feel like that's one of the main culprits too, and because you see like them popping up here and there, but like the price for a monthly, not even for a monthly, I think most gyms here do it yearly, so it's like you really have to have the upfront to pay for it.
It's a lot to commit to it as well, a whole year. And most people who go to the gym in Japan are old people.
Yeah, old people. Yeah, they do have the time. That's true. I noticed that too.
I respect that.
Well, I mean, it's good that they're keeping up with their health, but from the age range, I would say like from 25 to like 45. Yeah, and I feel like when it comes to physical activity, it's very low, unfortunately.
I think also it's also partly depends on what girls like in Japan, because most girls in Japan, young ones, they like slim guys.
Oh yeah, they don't really like the muscular thing.
Yeah. So I feel like if they liked more like Western style guys, more physical guys, then that might motivate Japanese guys to exercise more. But for me personally, I've never been to a gym. I exercise at home. I have just like a few kettlebells, and I do push-ups, kettlebells every morning, half an hour before work. And
nice and simple.
Yeah, nice and simple, because I have tattoos. You can't go to a gym with tattoos, and logistically it's just a fucking pain in the ass. I could just wake up 6 a.m, 25 minutes, bang it out. Yeah, Japanese do, I do admire that they do love running, and you'll just see people running
like rock climbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's more like middle-aged people.
Yeah.
Because I tell my students about my routine. They're like, whoa, what? It's not that bad. It's just half an hour every morning. It's not that bad, but when you're busy, that half an hour is a lot.
Yeah.
Do you work out?
No, yeah, I work out usually at home too. And like, there's also a park near my house that has like, it's usually the old people that use it because they have like chin-up bars over there and stuff. So I use that, and I work out at home. But I just keep it light. I do try to do 200 push-ups a day,
Yeah.
sit-ups, squats.
That leads me on to Ningin Doc health checks. I'm a bit torn between health checks if I think it's a good and bad idea, because every year in Japan every employee needs to take a health check. I think it's good because it kind of like makes you feel pressure to take care of your body. You can see people who dread the health check and get paranoid, they're going to find out something wrong, but at the same time it does keep your health in check. So I like that Japan does that, because in the UK we have no health checks, so that's why people's health is just out of control. Obesity is out of control in the UK because they're not monitoring it, and they don't care.
I know in Japan when you get to 40, it's very popular to go to get like a full-on health check, colonoscopy, prostate, testicular for men. Women have the same thing for them, but it's one of those grueling 2-day checks and checkups. But in the end, it's probably good to catch things early. And for some people, it's a wake-up call to change that there's still time for change.
Yeah. If you had to summarize all the things we considered: health, diet, exercise, alcohol, would you say Japan is healthy or healthier than America?
It's still a thing there. Even if you're having stress, people go to the gym to work out the stress. You know what I mean? In Japan, that's not their way. Like they drink. But Americans, for example, like body-wise, there's more obesity, there's more diabetic. People are dying earlier. There's more cancer, more diseases. So like, it's very subjective. Japan does have its pros and its cons, but it's not as beautiful and it's not as perfect as people may see it. They look healthy on the outside, by the inside they're usually lacking something, happiness.
And that leads them astray.
If you can find a job that's not stressful, and you have like friends and hobbies, healthy hobbies and stuff like that, then I feel like Japan beats any country all the way. But if you're working at that job that's just very stressful, it starts to mess up all aspects of your life.
Yeah, I think it's similar to the UK. Like UK has loads of people that are unhealthy. However, I feel people in the UK are mentally healthier, but they're physically not. So they both have their pros and cons. So just we'll
let you guys decide.
Yeah, mate. And for people who want to come here, then
just be prepared.
Yeah, just be prepared. There's stuff to stay away from, and
it's not all
observations
it's
you might
not
see.
all unicorns, candy, anime, women. There's real life here.
Yeah.
And it does affect you.
So yeah, just take care of your health.
Have a good one.
Cheers.